Hello all, and welcome to Miss Martin's classroom. For these Writing into the Day sessions, I want you to have a pen or pencil ready to go with some paper in front of you. Inspired by how Linda Reeve teaches quick writes, I am going to ask you to write for a solid 3 to 5 minutes. Even if you feel like you don't have anything to write about, I want you to keep trying to write anything you can for the entire time. There will be a moment in these podcasts after I read the poem where I ask you to pause. This is the time where you should pause the podcast and try to write for 3 to 5 minutes. Once you write for at least 3 minutes, or however long the creative current takes you, you may unpause the podcast. Today's podcast will be featuring a poem by Seamus Heaney, Blackberry Picking. As I read this poem, I want you to think about a summer memory. I remember in the summers I would pick violets from the lawn. My little self would sit in the shade of a big oak tree for hours, painstakingly weaving the tiny blossoms into a crown. I was convinced the tiny, delicate petal crown could make me a fairy. How did you spend your summer months? What sort of imagery could you think of to help paint a picture in our minds? Keep these ideas in mind as I read. Blackberry Picking by Seamus Heaney. Late August, given heavy rain and sun for a full week, the blackberries would ripen. At first, just one, a glossy purple clot among others, red, green, hard as a knot. You ate that first one, and its flesh was sweet, like thickened wine. Summer's blood was in it, leaving stains upon the tongue and lust for picking. Then red ones inked up in that hunger sent out with milk cans, pea tins, jam pots, where briars scratched and wet grass bleached our boots. Round hay fields, cornfields, and potato drills, we trekked and picked until the cans were full, until the tinkling bottom had been covered with green ones, and on top big dark blobs burn like a plate of eyes. Our hands were peppered with thorn pricks, our palms sticky as bluebeards. We hoarded the fresh berries in the byre, but when the bath was filled, we found a fur, a rat-gray fungus, glutting on our cache. The juice was stinking, too. Once off the bush, the fruit fermented. The sweet flesh would turn sour. I always felt like crying. It wasn't fair that all the lovely canfuls smelled like rot. Each year I hoped they'd keep, knew they would not. Now we will be writing for at least 3 minutes, or however long the creative current takes you. Write as quickly and as specifically as you can about whatever this poem brings to your mind. If you find yourself drawing a blank, you can take a line from the poem and use it to lead your thinking. Please pause the podcast now, and when you are finished, please unpause. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out my hashtag MSMReadyToRead and follow me on Instagram at ms_martins_class for more writing into the day and fun lessons that are sure to engage you and your kiddos. Thanks for listening!